I try always to contact the most highly qualified experts on the subject, so let's talk to some experts on comic books. You want to give me your name, son?
David Freeman.
And how old are you?
11.
Tell me how comic books make you feel, Dave.
Well, they don't make me feel too good. A couple of times I read a comic book, I threw up.
Well, I'm just going to be very direct in this video because it's the only way I think I can say about what I feel about the situation. I've been dreading making this all day because yesterday when I heard the news that Piskor had passed away, I left work early. I cried in my car and I came home and I still felt guilt that I hadn't done enough. You know, that I should have reached out to him and been like, hey dude, what's going on? Let's figure this out. You know? And I don't know how to not feel guilt. And I think we all feel guilt because we didn't message Ed enough and be like, hey man, did you make a mistake? Did you not? Well, either way, let's try to figure this out. You know, you need support. We're here for you. You know, and I thought about it. I thought about messaging him, being like, hey Ed, what's going on? Like, let's figure this out. But it just seemed like, no, you know, it's none of my business. I'm sure he's going to make a statement soon. You know, in my last video, I said, every time a girl accuses a man of something, you know, you're always supposed to believe the accuser. Until, you know, the man comes out with facts. And now, you know, this girl that accused Ed, Molly, like now her Instagram's completely fucking gone. Deleted it. And there was this point she made in her statements like, oh, you know, I felt like Ed was grooming me, but I don't want to cancel him, or I don't want anyone's career to end over this. And it's like, and it stuck with me a lot because it just kept like repeating in my head, like, how do you think this is going to end? Like, I understand you're 21 years old, and when I was 21, I was fucking dumb as shit. But it's like, how did you think this was going to end for him? When you accuse someone of possibly grooming you, and you're like, oh, I don't want to end their career or cancel them. What did you think was going to come of that? Like, and people are going to say, so you're bashing Molly? And it's like, no. But I'm just saying that statement she made. That's fucking naive statement. Like, of course his career was over. Of course it was going to cancel him. Of course the mob was going to come after him. Right? Because that's the way the world works today. It's either black and white. There's no gray in between. Nobody can make mistakes. Everyone has to be correct all the time. Politically correct. Right, left. No one's center. You know? You're either with me or you're not. And it's like, that's just not the way I work. And that's not the way the world really works. It's just the way people want it to work. And the truth is that, man, this should not have happened. This should not have happened. Ed should be alive today. And I felt guilt over it for 2 days now. Because I just keep thinking, like, why didn't I reach out? I talked to Ed, you know, numerous times. I made videos I was the first person to make a cosplay of Poker Face from his Red Room comic books. If you go to the Gore Gallery in 2 different issues, I think one of them is issue 3 or something, you're going to find my art in the back of there. If you go to, you know, and I'm not promoting my Instagram, but even on my Instagram, and I'm not going to say what it is, but I posted art constantly when Red Room was coming out, fan art, because I was such a big fucking fan of Ed's art. And his character creation and the way they looked, it was so badass. Poker face was, I mean, he's just so cool. I mean, all of the Red Rumors were, right? The crypto killers. It was just such a fascinating art style to look at. And Ed was such a fascinating person for the way he viewed comic books. He lived and breathed comic books. And it's so disheartening that we let this happen. That we didn't do enough for the situation to figure out the answers and to try and help remedy the situation. Because I don't know if now we'll never know if what Molly and all those girls said was true. And in Ed's suicide note, of course he combats all that. And I would too. But now we'll never know because he's gone. And it pisses me off. And it upsets me. And it makes me feel guilty. You know, that I posted those videos about the news. I was just like, I'm just reporting the news, everyone. I'm waiting for Ed to make a statement. And the fact that he's silent is not a good sign. And it wasn't a good sign. And I just want to celebrate what's left at this time. You know, of what he did for comics. And how he became a bright light. Him and Jim became a bright light in comics for so long, so many years. They worked so hard. If anyone's ever done a comic book, you know how much hard work it is. And Ed did so much in such a short amount of time. And it actually freaked me out. And I remember commenting on one of like his, when he posted something, I don't remember what it was, but he posted something and I was like, Ed, do you even sleep, dude? Because it's like, how do you do this much work and like fucking like eat and shit? And my point being is that I just really think we should have tried harder. And in the future, when something like this happens, we need to do better. Because this man, this comic book creator, who I respected a lot, should still be alive. He should still be alive today.